So just use your balls, right? And just say, no, I want the slave driver statue to stay up, and I want the statue of the black man who was beaten up by police officers taken down, because I don't like that one. I like the one of the white supremacists. Keep that one up. Just say it. Just say it, man. Okay. So I guess it's not a secret that Twitter has recently become a hub of neo-Nazism, racism, Klan activity, all manner of things. You know, like it just it runs the gamut. But yeah, it's just very unfortunate what Twitter's become, because it used to be like the new public square of the internet, right? Everybody was there. If you had a check mark, you were a notable figure, journalist, somebody who would have a chance of being impersonated, etc. And everybody else just kind of like a normal whatever user. You know, we just had a good time. And obviously there were always dickbags on Twitter, but the difference was generally wasn't perfect, but TOS was there to stop those people from being transphobic or racist or otherwise hate, right? Misogynistic, perhaps. An outright Nazi, right? But ever since Elon Musk took over, it's been kind of going down the shitter, as we all know. And I don't want to dip too much into this specifically, but I do think this is funny and relevant, so I'm going to bring it up real quick, which is that Elon Musk is trying to sue Media Matters for America. And I wanted to go over that a little bit just because it sounds funny. X Corp sued Media Matters for America for defamation on Monday after the left-leaning nonprofit released a report on ads on X running next to pro-Nazi content and helped trigger an advertiser exodus. Driving the news, the lawsuit filed in the U.S. District Court for the North District of Texas Fort Worth Division alleged the organization's tactics were manipulative and deceptive. X alleged that Media Matters quote-unquote exploited platform to have ads appear this way, which included quote excessive scrolling unquote and curating its feed with quote fringe unquote content. Quote, the overall effect on advertisers and users was to create the false, misleading perception that these types of pairings were common, widespread, and alarming, the lawsuit reads. But they are common. Like, they are. Like, you literally have advertising in between, like, neo-Nazi posts. You literally go and comment on neo-Nazi posts. Like, you have commented underneath of them. You know, just like a thinking emoji or very interesting, right? You love doing that. But it's not a lie. And you're allowing that on your platform. So when you have advertisers alongside that, you are absolutely doing that. That is true. All of that is true. And you do not have a defense here. You do not have a case. So good luck with that. I don't want to get too much into the weeds. If you'd like, you can go look up more on that. But today I just want to talk specifically about something that I saw that was very unsettling, which is this post by I Am Yes You Are No, who has almost 200,000 followers, followed by Declaration of Memes and Orwell and Good, who I personally follow, even though he's a dickbag. I just like keeping up with his stupidity. And I wouldn't be surprised if Elon Musk has in fact commented under this person's posts. Now, I don't know if he has this person specifically, but this is about the brand that you can expect anymore. So he says, zero chance. That's why they have to fight in packs, right? Now, who's to say what he could possibly mean by they, why he said the word packs specifically, a word commonly used for groups of animals like wolves, dogs, you know, and such. But let's just see what's going on. No audio, but it doesn't matter. You get the idea. Okay. Damn. He's hopped up on adrenaline, man. This is what adrenaline-fueled rage looks like, by the way. I'm not saying that the white guy's in the wrong, but I do think that was a bit of a disproportional response. I'm not going to blame the guy for it because, again, adrenaline's pumping. And to be fair, the black guy did shoulder the guy first, right? So fine. Clearly they're having a disagreement of some kind. I don't know what was said between them, but that does not justify the guy being shouldered, okay? To be fair, that wasn't that hard, but that is antagonizing the guy. So I'm not going to comment on whether or not this is a justified self-defense case. You can make an argument either way. I personally think that it's not important, because what is important is this kind of mentality. This is what I want to talk about. So, you know, I got into fights with some people because I reposted it, and then they were like, oh, you're making it about race. He wasn't saying anything about race. What are you talking about? So I was like, you know what? Let's go and see some recent posts from this guy just to see how much he actually Let's just see if it tracks, right? Based on his recent posting history. Pentagon asks, so he says, this is not a serious country anymore. Pentagon asks for $114 million to spend on diversity, equity, and inclusion and accessibility in 2024. I see nothing wrong with this. He has a problem with it for some reason, though. Another advertisement, of course, on this guy's page. How waves of immigrants are ruining a continent. There, fix it for you. I don't even know what to say about that one. I have nothing to add. It speaks for itself, right? He says, quote, black people sleeping is an act of resistance because white people have better sleep, end quote. Possibly one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. There's really no hope for these people. Now, I'm not going to bother watching this video. I don't care. The sleep gap? Oh, hold on. I do want to see a little bit. Let's just see. Black Americans do not sleep as well as white Americans. That's probably true because black Americans are they have shitty living conditions compared to white Americans in general. You know, they're more likely to. So yeah, that's absolutely true. Health disparities are rampant among black communities. That's true. There's really no hope for these people, of course. Unbelievable. The justice system is broken. This is why plea deals shouldn't exist. They are on camera. There's literally proof they killed her. They should be locked up for life, not walk free in 15 to 20 years. 3 of 4 Louisiana teens who carjacked and dragged 73-year-old grandma to her death avoid life in prison after striking plea deal. Again, like, this news post by itself, yeah, you can disagree with the ruling. I mean, this is a very terrible thing to do, but this on top of everything else that he's posted is just, you know, screaming racism. Even if this post by itself is not, it's just one more straw in the pile of straws. Oh yeah, here's a really good one. The evolution of Swedish people. He did the same thing for Germans. Wait for it. We'll just skip. So you get the idea, right? Modern times, and then multicultural. Look, oh no, a headband, whatever, a turban, right? Whatever it's called. A hijab. Oh, heavens to Betsy. Not a hijab. Oh, the West is falling apart, clearly. Here we go. This is the one I wanted. What they're tearing down versus what they're erecting. The most effective way to destroy people is to deny and obliterate their own understanding of their history. George Orwell. Classic George Orwell quote. Right? So they're tearing down a Robert E. Lee statue and erecting a George Floyd statue. What happened? I thought that statues were fine and not indicative of praise, right? What happened? You know, they always complain so much about like, oh, just because we have a statue of Robert E. Lee doesn't mean that we worship him. What if I want to put a statue of Hitler outside in the square? It shouldn't matter. It's just history. We're just remembering history. It's just Hitler, right? What happened? You're shitting your britches over George Floyd? Like, what's going on, man? I thought we were fine with this. You know, it's one thing to complain about this, but these can both be up technically. Not that I agree with this one being up, but they could, you know? And to be clear, I don't particularly, I know George Floyd was not the best guy, okay? It doesn't matter, though. The reason that George Floyd is a symbol is because of what he represents, which is white supremacy. It's white supremacy, right? It's police officers attacking black people and killing them at very unjustifiable rates as compared to white people. That's what it represents. It's not just George Floyd the guy. It's what happened to him and why he was murdered, okay? But even besides that, you can't even stand by your own logic because you hate the statue. You hate the statue. Don't pretend like you don't. You are just a hypocrite, okay? So just use your balls, right? And just say, no, I want the slave driver statue to stay up, and I want the statue of the black man who was beaten up by police officers taken down because I don't like that one. I like the one of the white supremacists. Keep that one up. Just say it. Just say it, man. Stop being a pussy, you know? I don't like white supremacists regardless, but I'll at least respect people who have solid convictions. You know what I mean? If you're a white supremacist with solid convictions, I don't respect you, okay? But that has nothing to do with your convictions. That has everything to do with that you stand against everything I believe. But if you're a white supremacist and inconsistently applying your beliefs on these things, now I hate you even more because you're spineless, you know? At least say these things with your chest. George Orwell, 1984, Newspeak, great place in America. Yeah. Just like they screamed that Lee wasn't about him specifically, but what he stood for. Yeah, it's like, what did he stand for? The South? What did the South stand for? Why did they go to war? By the way, I was literally told growing up, like I got a test question wrong on a test because I said that the Civil War was about slavery. And I got that question wrong. It was a multiple choice question because they said the question was the Civil War is about states' rights. That is a real thing that happened to me. I just want you guys to know that. And it's like states' rights to do what? To do what? Just so you guys know, anybody who hides behind the states' rights bullshit on abortion or on slavery or anything else they don't have real beliefs. They cannot stand behind real beliefs. Because saying that you support states' rights is a nothing statement. You have convictions. Tell me what they are. You know, states' rights is not one of those. I'm sorry. States are not people. States are there for the people. So You know, like if you're saying states' rights, that's not telling me anything about your beliefs. That's just telling me you don't have any beliefs and you're fine with whatever laws people want to institute based on vibes, as long as it's like under a state and not a nation. But then suddenly they whine about California and New York. They whine about those places being way too progressive, right? So it's like there's just no pleasing these people. No pleasing them because they're inconsistent, slimy, spineless bastards. That's why. My dad's one of those people who calls the Civil War the war between the states dog whistle. Yeah, my dad would probably do the same. My dad also is like one of those Columbus is not such a bad guy people. I love my dad, but man, Dad, if you're watching this, please, I need you to chill, you know? I love him, but man, he's got some ideas. But that's about it. I just wanted to emphasize that, you know, Twitter's not a very nice place to be if you're any kind of minority or somebody who has friends who are minorities, or even just people who don't like minorities to be hurt or suffer injustice. It's a very unfortunate occurrence because Twitter used to be a social hub for everybody of all persuasions, right? But recently it's pretty much taken a nosedive. I would like to escape at the first opportunity, but I just don't see a viable alternative yet. And until one presents itself, I'll continue doom scrolling Twitter. So we're at where we're at. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more, hit the notification bell to be notified when I upload. If you enjoy my content, you enjoy what I do, I really appreciate any financial help that I can get. Go to youtube.com/AlecGunterTTV/join. You got some awesome benefits, such as seeing early videos, awesome emotes that you can use in the comments of YouTube videos, and a sweet badge next to your name. So if that sounds interesting to you, I'd really appreciate if you join. It is cheaper than the cost of a blowjob from your mom. So with all that being said, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.